Hey, Jeff here with Digital Trends to give you a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy S2 for AT&T. This is not the only version of the Galaxy S2. It originally was announced back at CES in January, and it launched, I believe, in April around the world. But now Samsung is finally getting around to launching in the US. This is kind of its flagship phone, sequel to the Galaxy S. And this is their top-of-the-line phone. This has a 4.3-inch screen, Super AMOLED Plus. I believe it's 480 by 800, so pretty good resolution. It's got a 1.2 gigahertz dual-core Samsung Exynos processor, and a full gigabyte of RAM, 16 gigs of internal memory. I think it comes with a 2 gigabyte card, SD card as well. And there are a couple different flavors of this. If you're on T-Mobile, you'll get a 4.5-inch screen. It'll look a little more rounded on the edges. If you're on Sprint, it'll be called the Samsung Epic 4G, I believe. It also has a 4.5-inch screen, and the camera looks a little different. Mostly, it's the same phone inside, but Samsung's had a little difficulty getting everybody to kind of pick up the Galaxy S2 name. It's kind of difficult if you're not Apple. But the AT&T version of this is one of the better ones. We like the 4.3-inch screen size. It's not too big, but it certainly has a lot of screen real estate as well. This is running Android 2.3 Gingerbread, so it's the newest version of Android, and it also has Samsung's newest version of their TouchWiz interface, 4.0. So it's got a couple new widgets. They finally added a good widget for the clock. There's a meeting widget. They've got, let's see, a whole better customization menu in general. You can actually flip through different areas to customize. If we wanted to add a widget, you can kind of drag your way through the screens like that as well. And you can go right through the widgets to choose what you want. And it all works pretty well. They've also got some motion controls in this version of TouchWiz, which is the first version of any Android system that I've seen with kind of motion control. So if you actually move, it uses the camera and the accelerometer and gyroscope to kind of figure out where you're going. It works pretty well. It's not working as well because I'm looking through a camera on my phone here, but it does work. If we get out of that, that's good. They also use motion in the browser. We'll just bring it up to the top here. So if you actually, we're on the Digital Trends homepage right now. Ooh. So there we go. So if you hold 2 fingers down and tilt, you can actually zoom in wherever you want there. Not super useful if you really need to zoom in someplace really fast and you remember to do it. It works pretty well. Overall, we usually just kind of double click to read in on stuff or zoom in, with pinching. But now you can zoom in like that. It doesn't work on mobile sites. Let's see if we can go back here. If we can get back the previous page I was on. So this is a Yahoo mobile site, and this is built for a mobile browser, so there's no real zooming on it, so it doesn't work there. So there's a little problem there. A lot of sites will come up as their mobile version, and you won't be able to use the motion on those. Other than that, Samsung's camera. The back of the unit here, the camera, 8 megapixel. It'll take 1080p video. Samsung cameras are usually very good. This is no different. Good as in good for a smartphone. They're not as good as, say, an actual camera, but they are comparable to HTC's and as good as anything you're going to find probably in the mobile market. It has autofocus, has a LED flash. There's a front-facing camera as well. And I guess we'll go into the overall construction of the body here. This is a plastic device, which is a little bit of a shame, but it does help the weight. It's extremely thin and extremely lightweight, which is kind of extraordinary considering how much power is inside of the dual-core processor and all that. So it's got a plastic kind of slick frame to it. It's got the textured back here that Samsung seems to be favoring lately. You've got your speaker down there. And on the top here, we've got an audio jack. Our power button's placed a little bit low and it's a little small. We've actually gotten used to it pretty fast. I'm not quite sure. We're guessing that they put it a little lower because some people have smaller hands and maybe it would be easier to get at in this lower area. Usually the power button is up here or on the top somewhere. It's not terrible. It's kind of hard to find once in a while. The volume rocker's alright, sitting here on the side. And on the bottom you have the traditional HDMI, or I'm sorry, micro USB charging port. And overall, we get very good battery life out of this unit. The phone clarity, as far as voice calls, are very good as well. We really don't have a lot of complaints about this device. It's one of the best Android phones we've probably used. We have used. It doesn't have 4G LTE because it's not on Verizon, which I suppose you could hold against it if you wanted. We do wish it was coming out for Verizon. But as an Android phone on AT&T, this is the best you're going to get. We're going to see the iPhone 5 come out pretty soon. It'll probably debut tomorrow. But as far as Android goes, until Google announces the next version, this is the best we've seen. It's very slick. They've even got some hot buttons to turn off Bluetooth and flight mode and all that right at the top. But yeah, overall, this is a quick look at the Samsung Galaxy S2 for AT&T.